This tutorial looks at the widgets, 49 applications for English, math, science, geography, games, music, and general tools. The widgets are 49 ready-made mini applications and games that are built into the Easiteach program. To access these, you select the green widget bank icon that you see here. This is a close-up view of the actual toolbar itself. I'll just go to the next page, and when I select this icon, you see automatically it will bring up a selection of tools in alphabetical order. As you scroll through here, you'll see more and more, and it shows you there are 49 tools there to select from. So if I wanted to just type in the start of a word, it would bring up all the various widgets that begin with those letters. So I'm just going to look at maybe this scientific calculator, so I can just hit the up arrow and it will bring it onto the page. While it is highlighted in with the gray dotted box and the circles around the outside, I can make it as big or as small as I want. When I'm happy with the size and the position on the page, I just tap outside that gray box and now it's set, it can't be moved. You can then just type in whatever information you want and it will format that for you. If you need to resize it or remove it from the page, use your select to tap on that gray circle to bring back that dotted box, and once again you can shift it and make it bigger or smaller, or if you want to get rid of it completely, just select the little trash bin here and that will make it go away. The other option that you have is to actually select different topics. So I'll delete that at the beginning there, and now I'm going to hit the up arrow to find all the English widgets. When I click on English, it will bring up, there are 4 different widgets available. The first one that you have here is the word builder, which allows you to create blocks to form words. You can use this for rhyming words. To access this, you select the up arrow that's here, and you've got different beginning sounds, you've got middle sounds, endings, and individual letters. Going back to the beginnings, if I wanted to bring out this to be at the beginning of the word, I would make sure that this particular card is selected. If it was the middle of the word, I'd make sure this one was selected, and if it's the end sound, I'd select that card. So I'm going to select this, and what I'm going to do is just simply drag it out onto the page, and now you'll see that I am able to form words just with these individual blocks. Once again, to get rid of it, just select the trash bin here and that will go away. You've also got the ability to create this word randomizer, so you've got a variety of things here. As you hit the arrow, you will get more options. If you wanted to look at rhyming words, you'd select that and then hit OK, and now you'd spin the wheel and the students would have to name all the different words that they could think of that rhyme with the word waste, more, blast, light, etc. The writing challenge is this one here. Bring that onto the page. With this one, it's a creative writing exercise, so you've got the option of scrolling through once again to see the various topics that they've got here. So if you pick comedy and then hit OK and then select spin all columns, students have to write a parody about a bright red juggler on a trip to a theme park, or they can spin individual wheels and it will give them different things to write about. Once again, to close this down, just select that little gray circle and select the trash bin that's there. There are also a number of maths widgets. When we select maths here, we'll see that there are 19 different maths widgets, and once again you're able to scroll through and select the ones that you want to use. There's also some protractors and rulers, set squares. So the ones that I have selected here on the screen, I've got the protractor, and with this here I'm able to pull on that little blue ball and it will tell me the angle. I've also got the option of doing it from the other side as well. The number line, all the numbers can be removed off the number line if you wish, but you can also just use your pen for your addition and subtraction so that you're able to subtract as you need to. And the place value cards are similar to the building blocks that we had before for letters, so you're able to click and drag out all the individual amounts. And once again, with these, it's a matter of selecting the place value icon and then just simply dragging out the amount that you want. Once again, you're able to use your select to make that bigger or smaller to get it in proportion. And when you're getting the students to use these, get them to use the play mode, and that way they'll only be able to just drag things around. They won't be able to resize them. There's a number of science widgets, so if you go here and go to science, there's 2 of them. And the 2 that we have are the interactive periodic table. As you tap on each of the individual elements, all the information about them appears up above here. The science equation maker, even though this says science, I mean there are a number of science topics here that you can select from. And hit OK. And this will simply bring up questions that are ready-made. If you prefer, you do have the option of creating your own. And with this can be then used for any subject area. You're not restricted to using it for science. And it's just a matter of actually typing in the information that you want to hear. And then when you want your next question, just select the down arrow here and it'll bring up question number 2 and 3. So you're able to then add as many of these as you want. When you hit OK and spin, it will bring up that particular question. And you can have no repeats if you want. There are no answers with this, so you'll need to know the answers yourself. There's also a geography widget called the navigator. So if we hit geography, that's the navigator here. With the navigator, it helps students with direction. So you've got a few different ways to do this. You can just simply have up, down, left, and right. You can have the north, south, east, and west, or you can have the more complicated one where they need to be able to utilize northeast, northwest, etc. To use this, if I want to replicate this image that you see here, I need to then send that blue ball south for as long as I want to, and now I can send it east, and I've replicated that. If you want to, you can actually record what you've done and then play back what you've done as well. There's also a music widget, so if you go to the music section, it brings up the keyboard. The keyboard can be turned into a variety of instruments depending on where you spin the little wheel. And you also can turn it into a variety of organs and a piano as well. You're able to record what you play and then play it back. If you want to, you can show the notes on the actual keys, and you can also add a variety of different drums to your music as well. There's a number of games and general tools, so if we look at games, if you use dice at any point, You can bring that up onto the screen. You can minimize that if you wish. Tap outside the gray, and then if you want to add more dye, just select the plus sign. You can have up to 4, and to get them to roll, just tap on one of them and they'll spin around for you. If you want to reduce them, you can take away as many. You can just have one if you want on the screen. This little cog here will allow you to decide whether you want the dice to have 6 sides or 10 sides. It can be fractions, or it can be math symbols as well. So if we just make it fractions and hit OK, and I'll add a few more, when we spin the wheel, we'll see that the students then have to add up all those different fractions that are there. There's also dominoes, and there's matching pairs, there's a picture painter, there's picture Sudoku as well as the regular Sudoku, symmetry designer, and there's a word search one built in as well. With the word search one, once again, you're able to use ready-made games or create your own games as well. Just minimize that and reduce it. And the other option, you've got your general tools. So with the general tools, once again, they appear in alphabetical order. You've got all sorts of clocks and grid builders. There's an online video player which allows you to embed YouTube videos onto your screen. You've got timers here as well. So with the timer, once again, you can make it a bit smaller if you want. If you hit the little cog that's here, you can have it analog or digital, and you can count up or count down. And if we just make that 10 seconds, we'll see that and you can add a tone, a sound. It can be a siren or a car horn. And it tells you time's up. So when we hit OK and hit this little stopper here, it automatically starts to count down for us. And when it reaches the end, you'll hear that car horn and it says time's up. If you want to reset it, just hit that little button there, and that will automatically reset it for you, and then when you hit the timer, it will play again. Thanks for viewing this tutorial. For further information, contact us by email or by phone.